What do we have here? Can anybody tell what I'm making? I got this double layer foam here. I got these funky handles. I got these coins. I got these screws I had to paint all black to get them to work with the motif. I got this box here. It's got a little fancy stuff on it. Got a lot more fancy stuff that's going to go on it. Little braces and all kinds of weird stuff. Cool. A cool lock. Old-fashioned lock to go on it. Anyway, what I'm making is I'm making the box from the movie John Wick 4.
John Wick 4.
But not the box from the movie. The box that's for the knife if you were to buy the super expensive Deadlock, because the Iowa Museum happens to have the Deadlock knife. Now, they don't have the fancy box that costs like an extra $1,000, and I happen to be okay at woodworking, so I'm going to make them a version, my version of the box, so that they can have this cool presentation for their Deadlock. So this is the beginnings of it. I got these handles thrown together. This is the matching black paint that is painted on the rest of the black parts. This was all gold before. I just painted this one part, so it looks kind of like two separate parts, even though it's just one piece. Ordered these coins online. These are the coins from the what the hell is the hotel called?
The Continental.
Whatever the hell the hotel's called, like that. This is supposed to be the Blood Oath coin that you open up and you bleed into it or something. I don't freaking know, man. But we're gonna make the box. We're gonna make it fit one of their guns that they own, and the Deadlock knife. We're gonna put the pencil, the stabby pencil, in there. And the coins, and maybe some extra bullets and a mag or two, something like that. So this is just me getting started on it. I'll show you when it's all done. Should be pretty fucking awesome. Here's the layout on the foam for the pew pew and the click clack knife and the pencil of death. I don't even know what the pencil's supposed to look like. I haven't even seen the movie yet, so I don't even know about the pencil. What about, I don't know. If it was from a different movie, I don't remember the pencil, but I got the bloody pencil. I guess he killed somebody with it. I don't know. But Glock's probably better than a pencil. Anyway, see when it gets put together.
Several hours later.
John Wick style money and firearm and knife case. Money and weapons case? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But it's got a cool little lock on it, and you can unlock it, and you can pull up the little lever thingies, and then you can open it. And then it's got little lined insides with the foam. It's got the Deadlock knife. So what do we think of this Deadlock as a knife? Is it a usable knife? Is it sharp? Yeah, it's pretty sharp. Will it poke things? Definitely will poke things. And the blade doesn't jiggle. If you've ever had an out the front knife, an automatic, you know that when you, I'm trying not to cut myself when I move the blade back and forth. Let's see if I use a little piece of paper. If you try to wiggle it back and forth, it'll wiggle. It'll make a little rattle noise. This has zero noise, zero play, zero movement, zero back and forth left and right. I don't know how they do it. It's magical. They've got NASA technology inside. Who knows? But it has an incredibly weird, different sound. Like the open sounds, fairly kind of normal, like a out the front, but a little quieter. But the pull back in, it's just crazy sounding. Listen. Just sounds really cool. That carbon fiber is amazing. The button just looks great. It all looks like it's old, but also new. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. The pocket clip is that kind that you press down. Really cool. It's got a little grippy plate here so that when you're holding on to it, it doesn't slip in your hand. Like if it was just this carbon fiber, it might be a little slippery. Great jimping along here and along the bottom. It's not too fat. It's like, average knife thickness. Not too heavy. wonder if I can get the weight. It might be too heavy for this little scale. This guy only goes up to like 4 ounces or something. Let's see. Can it do this guy? Is that ounces? Oh, it's a little over. I think so. It's a little over 4 ounces. I think this thing shuts down at 4 ounces. Let's see. It shuts down at 4.2 ounces. So it's a little over 4.2 ounces, but I bet it isn't much over. I'd be surprised if it was more than 5 ounces. So I'm going to say it's right around 5. Anyway, this knife is stupid good and stupid expensive. And I'm glad that I was able to mess with it a little bit here at the Iowa Knife Museum, make them a cool box to display their knife. Maybe you can come by and check it out and see. You don't get to touch it because it's fucking super expensive, ridiculous. But you can look at it. And they have other knives that you can touch. I mean, like this one here, this Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops. You're allowed to hold this one and open it and close it. They'll even let you try to cut things with it. Now, it doesn't cut things terribly well, but they let you try. So, come on by. Check out the Iowa Knife Museum. And you can look, but not touch, this Deadlock. It's got that going on. It's got the Pew Pew. This is my buddy's favorite Pew Pew. And then you can take this whole thing out. And then underneath, you got the monies and the ammos. Have a nice day. This is
良い一日を。